Hey everyone, Shadow here. So I want to show you guys my arena grinding build, and a little later I will show you a few fights in arena. Now, the arena grinding build is basically full suicides. So if you saw my previous video, this should look familiar to you. On the left side, nothing has changed except for courage. I did not get any points in courage. There's no point, the fights don't last that long. Over here, I only put 1 point in glass cannon, and then I got recoil, which I have to do, and I went full liquid courage and full double edge. And down at the bottom, I went ahead and got 1 point in despair, because you have to, and I only put 1 point in deep wounds and only 1 point in assassin. That 1 point in assassin is very nice, and like I said before, you want to at least have 1 point in it, and most of my builds that I use have at least 1 point in assassin. I might, max it out. I might go 2 points, 3 points, but I always have at least 1. And in the defense tree, this has not changed on the left side. On the right, I got maxed out willpower and coagulate. Those very neatly offset double edge and liquid courage. And the utility did not change at all. As I said in my previous video, this is my minimum build for utility. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few rounds of arena, and you can see a little bit of how nice the fights go with suicides. Now there's many ways to get the infinite streak. I'm just starting this. What I often do is I will just go ahead and pick maxed out 3 stars all the way up to 9. After win streak 9, what I'll do is I will choose low level 3 stars, and I'll do that until about 12 or so. Once I hit 12, I just go right down the line. I go right down the line and start with my top 4 stars and just go straight down. And by the time I go through all of my 4 stars, I'm well into the infinite streak. Now you can compare this to your own speed when you're doing arena. You saw 9 hits is what that took, and quite a few of my fights are over after a 9 hit or a 10 hit combo. Okay, now it was 20 hits, but Iceman doesn't hit that hard, but this is with suicides on. So you can compare fighting Iceman against Ultron if you can, and see how many hits you can take him down. But that fight still didn't take that long at all. Very quick. When I have suicides turned off and I'm doing the other build, it just feels so slow to me, and I hate it until I turn them back on. And I even played around with a build that minimized my unit expenditure by freezing my defensive tree and only changing the offensive tree. And that seemed to work out pretty well. So when I went into Alliance War or Alliance Quest, I would just switch it back to a build that did not have suicides, and I would fight in Alliance Quest, and then when it was time for me to play in the arena, I just switched it out. And it cost around 100 units each time, so it's not something that you're going to want to do all the time. And I very rarely even get a chance to get to my second special, which is perfectly fine with me. Sometimes I'll use specials just because it's fun, and since this is arena, it doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to preserve my health. See, I like doing Voodoo's special, even though I didn't have to. Okay. And I'm playing on an iPhone 5. If you guys are on a Android, you may notice how much faster it's loading, and it's not your imagination. It is loading that much faster. I started playing on an Android, and when I got this phone, I can't even play it on that Android anymore without crying. You can just keep taking a note of how many hits these fights are usually over in. And that was 11. Nine hits. Also, notice how much health he's losing, so that you can see the effectiveness of willpower and coagulate with the suicides. You'll notice that his health is not really going down at all. These fights are so easy, it really doesn't matter. It'll start getting challenging a little bit later, but at this point it doesn't matter much. See, I always hesitate because sometimes they want to sucker you into attacking. Okay, he took quite a bit more than the norm, but that's Hood for you. And we already know Ultron doesn't hit all that hard, even with the suicides, so... But I definitely like him better with the suicides on. I'll tell you that. Him. It's not all that exciting building up the streak, but gotta do it. And I got her last time, and unless something happens that would prevent me from playing, that I'll get her again and awaken her this time. Let's do these guys here. But these first fights, you can really choose anyone that you want. I just choose the maxed out 3 stars to maximize my points, really, and to save my 4 stars for later on. Tried to be a little sneaky. Sure, he probably wanted to use that L2 of his. Oh well. See, Crossbones already hits pretty hard. See what he does every time I was trying to build up the overrun? Come on. Didn't even get to do my L1. Yep. And again, 10 hits. For the champions that put out a good amount of damage, about 10 to 12 hits, I would say, is normal. Choose him, and her. And that looks okay, I guess. And I love me some Hulk. Now he took 18 hits, but as you know, he gets stronger when he gets hurt, and he wasn't really hurt. I so want a 4-star Hulk. I also want a 4-star X-23. Let's see. I could hit her more, but I knew the bleed would kill him. It probably would have killed him earlier as well. 10 hits. And she definitely could have done it in less. So they also have suicides on. I didn't notice that. And that was just sad. Scarlet Witch, a shadow of her former self, but this one, the eye didn't even want to do anything, just stood there and took it. But it definitely gets a little more challenging anyway. I didn't have to dodge that, but it's reflex. And the arena is the place to practice all that stuff anyway, so... And right now there's no real rhyme or reason. I'm just going to start doing the easy ones now, just to get them done and over with fast. But there's no reason I'm choosing any particular champs. I just go right down to the maxed out 3 stars and just choose 3. And he's done. Just figured I'd let him bleed out just for something different. Yeah, I don't have a 4-star Venom, but I gotta admit, I just, for some reason, have a fun time playing with him. It's not like he's really good, but I just have fun playing him. Not so much fun fighting against him, that's for sure. Not with the double evade bug still going on. Go ahead, use it. I was trying to make him use his special and die. Yeah. Do not like fighting Spideys. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if the AI was harder. Yeah, I'm fighting lazy. Just go ahead. Only because this is the easy AI. Otherwise, I'll be evading those beams. And I will be going for him in the arena. I have him, and I just want to awaken him. Just because. But I will definitely not be going for him twice. Okay, so at this point, you see the win streak is 9 here. I could have started this when the win streak was 8 as well, but at this point, I will no longer use maxed out 3 stars. Now, what I'll do, in fact, make it a little quicker, I will use my low level 3 stars. Let's use Nebula and Juggernaut, and let's do a King Groot. Chosen at random. Now you see, these are fairly decent fights. Okay, we've got one with Storm. It's a little bit more fun, but nothing that is very difficult at all. And we'll do this until we hit win streak 12. I've actually never fought with Nebula. This is the first time. I'll have to rank her up and start learning a little bit more about her. I've played with him a little bit. He's so slow to me. Yeah, just compare how many hits he took. 48 hits. And that's with suicides on. And I know he builds up those fury stacks and he hits a whole lot harder, but as you saw, it is what it is. And, you know, she was a bit higher than he was, but I haven't played with him enough, really. Just do this. Choose him. Choose little old abomination. And again, just choose the first one. As you can see, the fights are similar to the last one. You know what? We'll do that. I like having the class advantage when I can. And although he took 18 hits, the fight was still over pretty quickly. You see, I continue to use my specials even though I have the Suicide Masteries on, because it's just arena. Oops. I do like fighting a unawakened magic. Much easier. I have to worry about that ugly limbo. I do not like any unavoidable damage. I think it's a mechanic that really needs to be removed from the game. If you have the skill and you can avoid getting hit, then you should not take damage. Alright, let's grab Falcon here, Black Bolts, and I don't know. Well, let's do let's do magic. Okay. And I have to be careful with Punisher. He snuck me a couple of times since they've beefed him up. So that physical resistance he got. That damage, even though I blocked it. Yeah, Punisher is pretty badass now. And I believe this is the last fight. Yes, this is the last fight that I will be using the low level 3 stars, so it's generally the more challenging. And then once that win streak 12 hits, then it's my 4 stars. Okay, I don't know why it didn't block all of a sudden. I let him hit me and then it blocked. Okay. And now Black Bolt, who is poison immune. Love it. Come on. Quit following me. Just do it. Oh, I hate this AI. Okay. Damn. Okay. Apparently he was not going to do it, so that's that. Okay, so generally at this point, I know I'm more or less home free. Once the 12 hits, it's nothing more than starting at my top 4 stars and working my way down. Now, I can also just play around and shouldn't be a problem. I'll show you some of the teams that I like to combine. And let's see. Let's start with him and him. Hopefully I did not mess myself up, but we shall see. Nope, I didn't. Okay. All easy matches, as you see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's do that. And so this point on, I should be good to just go with the same teams I normally do, even when the infinite streak is on. Ah, that was my fault. I let up off the block. Don't know why it quit attacking just now. Been having a few little issues lately. I don't know what's going on, whether it's the game or my phone. Why didn't she block? I don't know. Fortunately, right now it doesn't matter. Let's grab you. Get that help. Now, normally Rogue does not do very well with suicides because you want to use her L1 lifesteal a lot, and unless you're hitting some pretty high crits, the recoil damage kind of cancels out her health. Come on. Come on. Stop that. Don't know if he's gonna do it. Okay. Dang it. I was hoping to get a combo in before he did that. You know, when I saw this the first time, I thought it was just so cool. I laughed. Now, just wasting my time. Don't sleep on the beast. Okay, let's see. Who's up next? We got, do Ultron. And there we go. And these are actually the teams that I normally just run over and over and over again with once I'm on the infinite streak as well. Let's do that. If you guys have any suggestions for a better team given my roster, let me know and I'll start using them if they do better. But as you can see, even if I don't synergize with anyone with the Suicide Masteries on, the fights are over quick. Pretty sure you can do Arena without any Masteries at all. I have done that. Not a whole lot of fun, but definitely doable. And normally, Vision is really good because he has a double immunity with the suicides. But if you are trying to go up against someone that you need to control their power, and that's why you chose Vision in the first place, then suicides are not so good because you're going to take recoil damage each time. That attack right there with the double evade bug going on right now makes him so difficult to fight in a Alliance quest. Just couldn't get out of the way of that heavy attack. Very, very annoying. Okay, so we got Quake. Karnak goes well with her, and we'll do Crossbones. As you can see, she gets 2 synergies from these guys. Still easy fights, as you see. Okay, we'll just do that. And sometimes I get put up against a team with Spider-Man and Electro, and it's perfect. I put Karnak up against Spider-Man, and his True Strike takes care of that evade, mess him up. And Cable, sometimes I mess up with Cable. He can be a pain sometimes. Oops. Oh, I'm gonna kill you this way. Come on, let me kill you. There we go. Yeah, I played with him a little bit, but gotta do something. Most of the time the fights are boring. Not even up to my L2, which is my favorite of his specials, although his special 3 is pretty cool as well. Just look painful. Okay, let's see who else. Okay, so we got Ghost Rider, and I had a team that I was playing around with him. Let me see, who was it? Because I just got him, so I think it was Spider-Man, and yeah, I think it's Punisher, and I think Spider-Man. Yeah, because he has a synergy with Punisher. And I'm still learning Ghost Rider. We're gonna go in here. Yeah, let's do the middle one. That looks fine. Still easy fights, but I'm trying to practice with Ghost Rider. I don't think I'll be able to do much in this fight here. Okay, well. Okay, once I do that, do his heavy, and then I'm into my regen, but he's not going to live long enough. But I've done that. I've used him for questing, and I'm still learning how to effectively play him. But so far I like him. It looks like he regens way better than Doctor Strange does now, and it reminds me of how Doctor Strange used to regen. And here's my boy Punisher. Look at that damage. I just want to do a special just cause. I love Punisher's specials. He is actually now a beast. If it wasn't for some of the other skill champions that I would rank over him, I definitely would like to see him at rank 5. Oh boy. That has gotten me killed before too. Come on. Kind of throws off my timing sometimes. But as you see, I'm going to have to end this pretty soon. I could plug it in, but I don't really want to play and play with it plugged in while I'm trying to record it. So we'll do a few more fights, but pretty much what you're seeing is the way I build up my infinite streak. Nothing different is going to happen from this point out. It's going to be my 4 stars. You see some of the teams that I'm selecting, but I'm just going right down the list here. See, so like I have Hyperion, and who I sometimes grab him with is both my Panthers, just because. I'm sure there's some other better combos for him, but that's just what I've done. We'll just do that. And I have been practicing with Hyperion, but I need more practice. Just look at this. It's ridiculous. I know he's not a strong opponent though, but trust me, Hyperion brings the pain. And if I build up those Fury stacks, if you haven't seen my video where I was playing with Hyperion in Realm of Legends, definitely go look at that and see what he did to Winter Soldier. This is another one of those guys that is very tricky to fight with the double evade bug going on, because he's so aggressive, he's so quick, and it can be a royal pain. In the Alliance Quest path that I take, I have to face Venom, and the first time I faced him, he caught me by surprise because I didn't realize that there was a bug with double evading, and he kept catching me, and I didn't know why. Okay. See, right there, the reason I blocked that second time, see, I can't evade back twice. Both those times I tried to evade back twice, and it just blocked instead. I really hope they fix that soon. They don't seem to be in a hurry to fix things that make the content more difficult for us, but they're real quick if it's the other way around. Alright, so let's see, we might do one more. Yeah, Drax, Star-Lord, and guess who I else pick with them? Groot. Look at the synergies. That's the only reason. Because Groot fights slow anyway. So I like to put him on this team just to speed things up a little bit. And I think this will do it. This will be the last one that I do, and then I'll... Okay. Not starting too well. And you see how she got stunned? That's because I blocked and it did not register my block until a bit later. And I never let my finger up. It was still blocking while she was hitting me, and then all of a sudden it parried her. Yeah, they have some glitches that I hope they address. And who knows, they may fix Groot and he may become pretty good. I heard that Magic really sucked at first, and now look at her. So, it can happen. Okay. Yeah, not too bad, but again, that's with suicides. And my boy Star-Lord. I actually did take him into Realm of Legends with me. Not even rank 5. Okay, that wasn't a good start. Get that damage. And you're over. Okay guys, that's gonna do it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you learned a little something. If you didn't know how to build a streak, there's many different ways to build the streak. That was my way of building the streak. When I had fewer champions, I had to build it a little differently. So if you liked the video, please consider clicking like, and if you have not subscribed already, consider giving me a subscription. And you guys have a blessed day.